It all began with a video clip that most people assumed would be just another day in the chaotic world of celebrity kids. A shaky, handheld recording, probably captured on someone's phone, circulated online. The setting was unclear, maybe backstage at an event, perhaps at a party, but everyone immediately noticed something unusual. The energy around King Harris felt different. Almost heavy. Off. He was pacing, moving in circles, speaking loudly, yet the words coming out of his mouth didn't make sense to most people watching. For the first time in a long while, the comment section wasn't laughing. They weren't joking or clowning him. Instead, there was a tangible sense of worry. Comments started popping up. Why does he look like that? This doesn't feel normal. Somebody check on that boy. This isn't the King we used to see. Within minutes, the clip had gone viral, shared by every gossip page, entertainment outlet, and hip-hop news feed online. But unlike usual viral moments filled with humor or memes, the tone this time was serious. A quiet, almost suffocating sense of fear settled over fans. People who followed King closely started connecting dots. For months, small signs of tension had been evident. Short, tense outbursts online. Abrupt live streams where he seemed restless. Strange rants that didn't entirely make sense. The King Harris everyone had known, loud, confident, bold, and seemingly invincible, now appeared weighed down by something heavy. Something invisible, something no one could name. This new clip pushed everything over the edge. Fans began rewatching older videos and noticing subtle changes they had previously ignored. An old Instagram live where King argued with someone off-camera suddenly felt ominous. A late-night story he posted, where his voice cracked for just a moment, now seemed haunting. Even a viral confrontation with his father, T, from months ago, once dismissed as a funny or dramatic clip, took on a far darker undertone. The puzzle pieces of his recent behavior were rearranging themselves into a picture no one wanted to see. Every small detail seemed connected. Every odd moment, every strange comment, every fleeting expression, all began to suggest that something bigger was going on behind the scenes. And fans could feel it. Even those who didn't normally follow him closely started to notice the shift. Something in the energy around King Harris had changed, and it was impossible to ignore. Then T spoke. Not in a formal press conference. Not in a long statement. Just a casual, calm live session, the kind he does when he's relaxed and connecting with fans. But the moment he mentioned King, his entire demeanor changed. His tone wasn't angry. It wasn't offensive. It wasn't even frustrated. It was heavy, tired. A father carrying the weight of worry for a child while trying to protect them from the harsh scrutiny of the public eye. T didn't reveal any specifics, no dramatic confessions or shocking details. He simply spoke about King, going through his own journey. But the pauses between words, the moments where he looked down and reflected, the subtle way his voice softened, those were all signals that something deeper was happening. Viewers could sense it in the way T.I.'s energy shifted. It wasn't performative. It was authentic, raw, and heart-wrenching. Clips of T.I.'s live spread quickly across social media. Fans captured the moments where his voice softened and his expression hinted at worry. Comments exploded. This is it. This confirms everything. He didn't have to say anything, but you can see he's scared. T knows more than he's letting on. The internet was aflame, buzzing with speculation. Some believed King was simply rebelling, a teenager asserting his independence while navigating the intense pressure of fame. Others weren't convinced. They noticed the fear in his eyes, the exhaustion in his movements, the way he sometimes appeared overwhelmed in crowds or studios. The pattern became clear. King's behavior wasn't just typical teenage rebellion. Fans saw a boy carrying more than he could manage. They looked back at that viral argument with T, the one where King stood his ground and defended himself passionately. Then, they reconsidered it. The shouting wasn't just drama. It was hurt, frustration, and an attempt to assert control over a life that felt chaotic and out of his hands. King's energy fluctuated dramatically. One moment, he would laugh, joke, and appear confident. The next, he'd stare into the distance, lost in thought. Side-by-side comparisons of older interviews with newer ones revealed stark differences. The once bold presence now seemed tentative, distracted, and at times, almost fragile. Inside the Harris household, tension was mounting. Family insiders posted cryptic messages online, hints about stress, late-night arguments, and the invisible pressure of balancing parental concern with public expectation. King's own social media stories added to the concern. Sometimes he appeared upset. Sometimes he was calm. Other times, he posted cryptic reflections about loyalty, fake friends, and the difficulty of being understood. The real turning point came one night when King went live. His face was tired. His voice was low. He didn't shout. He didn't try to prove anything. He simply spoke about perception versus reality, how people only saw the outside, how the world sometimes seemed to cheer for him to fail, how trust felt impossible to find. It wasn't dramatic. It was honest. Too honest. And that honesty scared viewers even more. Comments poured in immediately. He sounds lost. He needs space. This feels like a call for help without saying it. Once again, T was drawn back into the conversation. Fans tagged him relentlessly, demanding answers, speculating whether he was being too strict or not protective enough. Even the paparazzi got involved. One day, T was caught leaving a studio. Reporters asked about King. He didn't joke. He didn't smile. His response was simple, but heavy with meaning. "My son is finding his way, and we're supporting him the best we can." That statement alone sent social media into a frenzy. Fans dissected every word, every pause, every expression. Some said they saw tears in T.I.'s eyes. Others said he looked defeated. Whether true or not, the narrative had already taken hold. Fans began using the word decline, not in terms of health, but in terms of stability, peace, and control. King's shift in behavior, in his social circle, and in his relationship with his parents became the subject of intense speculation. To many, it felt like the world around him was collapsing, and he was struggling to keep it together with whatever strength he had left. King's unpredictability added to the tension. One day he posted a playful story, the next he disappeared completely. Clips emerged where he looked zoned out, irritated, or emotionally withdrawn. Social media buzzed with confusion, and confusion led to fear. "This is a cry for help," some said. "He's struggling. Someone intervene," others warned. Even other celebrities joined the conversation, posting vague messages about support, understanding, and prayer. What shocked fans most was how lonely King seemed despite being constantly surrounded by people. He smiled, but his eyes often revealed exhaustion. His attempts to defend himself online felt different from usual celebrity rants. They seemed like battles fought simultaneously inside him.